Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, like, for example, when you're a high profile person from our community, right? Whether that's a entertainer, athlete, lawyer, doctor, whatever the case may be, common sense is still common sense. Like, if you drink and you drive and your ass get pulled over for drinking and driving, whose fault is that? No one forced you to drink. No one put that.
For you to drive.
Yeah, like, come on. It's very simple, in my opinion. Again, we always want to blame, I'm not going to say always, but some people within our community always want to blame outside sources.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, we've been dealt a effed up hand here, but how we handle this hand and how we take this hand from an effed up hand to a straight house or a flush, that's on us. So it's kind of like, for example, you have two sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them, you can give them the world. You can, try to raise them the best you can. Try to, show him the ins and outs of how this thing we call life works. But if he takes it upon himself to say, F your advice, F what you're trying to say to me, that's on him. Whereas the other son is like listening. Okay, all right, so you say if I do this, then this will happen. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to take your advice because you're my father, or, you're my elder and you're trying to teach me the better way. And they take that advice and they, start out on that path and continue on that path of want to make something out of themselves. But the thing is, again, with our community, man, it's like, dude, we see the pitfalls. We see the traps. We see everything that's going on. But yet and still, for some reason, some of us choose to keep going down the path of destruction, whether that be destruction to our community, destruction to ourselves, destruction to the people around us. It's like at some point, bro, like, God dang, like, how many years and centuries have this been happening to us? And you mean to tell me we haven't got it together yet? Like the people, from our past, they had less and they did more. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have cell phones. They didn't have, cameras they can just flip out and take a picture like ABC 1, 2, 3. They had less and they did more. So it's just crazy to me for us to still be in this state of not being as willing to hold each other accountable. Like, for example, with the whole Candace Owens things and the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm glad she's making that documentary. I really am, because I think that the Black Lives Matter campaign has been hijacked from what I've seen under my own understanding of it. Other people may feel differently, but come on, man. Where's the money? Show me the money.
They ain't got to show me the money. I know where the money is. For Candace Owens to do this documentary, I think it's a stunt. And I say that because unless you've been under a rock, like literally, unless you've been under a rock, you already know what's went on with that. It's like, why you keep pushing that narrative? Like if her specifically, if she's that invested in, our community, rah, this, that, and the other, don't focus on that. How about you make a way to make our movement, whatever it may be, whatever it looks like? How about you go out there and make those kind of moves instead of highlighting their mishaps, their ignorance, and this, that, and other. I just think it's stupid to me. And you're speaking about our people falling for the trap or falling in the trap or whatever, however you worded it. The one thing that I have noticed damn near all my life is that the trap that our people keep falling in is the trap that they keep putting themselves into. For instance, like, we didn't have it great coming up, but right. We had options and we chose to go a specific path. Now, we can look at a lot of people that grew up with us. Some have exceeded further than us. Some have exceeded as much as us. Some have exceeded a little less than us, and some have taken a far right turn. We know that the education system is trash all across the board in our country. But in my opinion, it seems like our people complain the most about the education system, and they're focused on what are they teaching Black people. And my thing is this: the education system, in my opinion, should not be looked at as what should it teach our people, because if you have